This is After the Bell with David Self.
David Self, After the Bell. How did you get this?
Interview's okay.
Catching up with the return of Johnny Echo. Johnny,
Right now. Both of you. Right now. Yeah.
Hey.
Oh, these guys always.
David Self, After the Bell, at a wild night at Elite Pro Wrestling, catching up with the champ Khalil Akbar, and well, you've had a rough night, haven't you, Khalil?
Yeah, I don't know what the hell that was about. Why did Mount Olympus attack me of all people? I've never done them any wrong. They should have just focused solely on Kyndal.
Let's back up and start with the night. You were the first man out of the curtain tonight, defending your title. And it went well for you. You were successful there.
Of course it's going to go well. I'm Khalil Akbar. I'm the world heavyweight champion, and I still do not know why I'm first in the lineup. I should be main event. I won the belt fair and square, so I should be the marquee entertainer. What's going on?
Well, let's talk about that. You were the first one out, as you said. You were the first match. You defend. Let's talk about Aaron Atlas. What's up with Mount Olympus? They seem to got their hands on everything. So
I just told you. I don't know. I thought we had a very great relationship. Every time I saw him in the locker room, we shook hands, we said hi, we said bye. Now they're attacking me, Khalil Akbar. What did I do to them?
I don't know, but they weren't very cordial tonight. It didn't seem like they wanted to shake hands with you. But let's go to the main event that you weren't in, of course. And Kyndal Fyre was in the. Well, he was. Kyndal was in the main.
Do you have something against me?
I don't have anything.
Do you have something against me, really? You're antagonizing me. You did this last month. Why? Why do you keep bringing up Kyndal Fyre, all these other people that oppose me, Khalil Akbar? Why do you bring them up?
That's my job. I just want to know what the deal is. You
I don't know what the deal is.
And you're the champ. And then we see Kyndal Fyre in the main event, and let's talk about Kyndal. Kyndal takes out two guys to win the Odyssey Elite title. What did you think about that? You were out there. I saw you watching.
Yes, I was out there. I was prospecting because I know whoever wins that title, they're going to try to put a target on my back and take what I rightfully deserve. This right here. Kyndal Fyre, he now has the belt. I made history with that belt. He'll never be able to make history. He can cash in whenever he wants to, but I guarantee he will never beat me. I have his number.
So let's talk about it just real quick, because we're talking about Kyndal. And so Kyndal wins the belt tonight. Are you going into the holidays, got some off time? Are you looking over your shoulder? Are you worried about Kyndal at all?
I'm not worried about Kyndal. Did you not just hear me? I'm not worried about him. Why do you keep antagonizing me?
I'm just asking the questions the fans want to know. And they want to know why.
I don't care about the fans. I care about the money in my pocket. I'm the champion of EPW, and as far as I'm concerned, this is over.
All right, Khalil Akbar, your heavyweight champ. David Self, After the Bell. David Self, After the Bell, catching up with Johnny Poke and Clayton Clark. How you doing?
Howdy.
So, a weird night. A weird night. So you guys come out of the curtain, and it's Johnny Poke versus Clayton Clark. And you guys commence to doing battle, and then somewhere in between, you decide that we're done doing battle, you guys are done doing battle, and in between you trying to talk to him and him trying to keep the fight going, Mount Olympus comes in. But we'll get to all that. That's just kind of the breakdown, but let's back it way up and start from the start. And can I just lean in close real quick? Are you sure you want this guy as a partner?
No.
I've had
Dave, I'm going to cut you off right there. I have something to say to you. You know, I look back on that time, on that last After the Bell, where I attacked you. I only got one thing to say, Dave. I'm sorry for that. I'm sorry for all the things I've done here. I've done horrible things. Everybody's noticed that. Booking's noticed that. The fans have noticed that.
I've noticed that.
And that's why this man came back. He came back to save me.
I appreciate that apology.
I apologize, Dave.
And that is exactly right. We've all made mistakes. We have all made a bad decision a time or two. And sometimes that bad decision leads to another and another, and it turns into a slippery slope. And before you know it, you're too far down that rabbit hole to pull yourself back out. And I feared that's what was happening to my friend, my brother Clayton Clark, so I knew I had to do something. So instead of coming down here and whooping his ass, I came down here to maybe beat some sense into him. And as you've seen by the end of the match,
I think we both did that to each other, yeah.
that's damn right, we did.
Yeah, because sometimes brothers just have to get into an argument. Sometimes brothers need to fight, to put things aside. Sometimes the two brothers need to go out back behind the woodshed and beat the crap out of each other, and then shake hands and go get a beer after. And that's what Whiskey and Warrants is all about.
Well, it looks like you guys got it together just at the right time, because in the middle of all this, Mount Olympus comes out, and you guys start face to face, and then you're back to back fighting off Mount Olympus. So what's going on there? What's up with Mount Olympus?
I can say one thing about a Mount Olympus. Much like this man lit a fire in me and pulled me from the depths of hell, and brought me back to what I was. Mount Olympus has lit a fire that inside of us that will ascend Mount Olympus, and we will take the titles from them.
That's no joke, brother. We have got a mission, and we're going to prove it to everyone that we deserve it.
So coming to the end of the year here, this is the last night. We'll roll into next year. This was it for Elite Pro Wrestling this year. So you guys are going to join forces, and Mount Olympus and the tag titles, that's what you're gunning for.
Yeah, gold, that's the prize, baby. We're here to prove that we are the best, and we're going to reign victorious. Ain't that right, brother?
That's exactly right. I mean, a lot of fans want to know at the end why we didn't come in and save, Kyndal and them when they were getting beat up. And the time's going to come for that. The time's going to come when Whiskey and Warrants finally enforces justice. Because there's only one thing we always have. And Johnny always brings the...
I'll bring the whiskey.
And I'll bring the warrants. And this time, we're coming from Mount Olympus, and it's going to be 2023.
All right, David Self, after the bell, new tag team formed up here tonight in Elite Pro Wrestling, Whiskey and Warrants. Gentlemen, I appreciate it.
Thank you very much, brother.
Glad we can finally do that now.
David Self, after the bell. David Self, after the bell, catching up with the new Elite Pro Wrestling Odyssey, the Elite Champion, Kyndal Fyre. Kyndal, are you all right? A little dust up with Mount Olympus after the match? What's up with that? Let's start there.
I don't care, honestly. They can do whatever it is they want to do. They're mad because I'm constantly winning. They're mad because all they're doing is working together, and I'm working mostly by myself. You know what? Every single time I've won a title, I did it by myself, David. I did it as Mr. Broadway, and Mr. Broadway is going to continue winning titles as long as Mr. Broadway is a part of EPW.
Let's back up and talk about that real quick. Of course, you're making your return tonight, and it's a good return, but you're coming back from Broadway. You've been gone for a little bit, haven't seen you around the locker room, and then you come in here tonight, and not only do you have to defeat one opponent, but it's two, and you get the job done in a triple threat match, and you come home with the hardware. Tell me about it.
You know, when I was in New York, on Broadway, doing Madagascar, playing Marty, one thing that I knew that when I came back is that I had to move it, David, and I did that. I defeated two people who have been going after this title since it began. Since this title became a thing, they have been going after it. Oh my God, this thing hurts. I really hate that he touched my hand. But
yeah,
I'm sorry. He really did a number on my hand. But I tell you one thing, I heard his interview earlier. See, Khalil said that he has my number, but there's only one number. There's only one number that Khalil has, and that's the 11 o'clock number. When you face Mr. Broadway, I am the finale. I am the main event. I was in the main event for a reason, because I've been gone for so long. And EPW needed Mr. Broadway back to entertain the people, one thing that Khalil fails to do.
The fans sure were excited to see you tonight. You came through the curtain, the crowd roared. They were glad to see you. Headed into the holidays. Of course, this was our last event of the year, and you're going away with a little of the Christmas present there, aren't you? Got that Odyssey, the lead title. Well, congratulations, Mr. Broadway. Anything else you want to say to the fans before I let you go tonight?
I am coming after you, Khalil. I am telling you way ahead of time that as soon as I get the wins that I need on this title, I am coming right after you. And I promise you that I will leave whatever show that I decide to cash in the EPW Heavyweight Champion, Jazz Hands.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Odyssey Elite title holder tonight, Mr. Broadway, David Self, after the bell. David Self, after the bell, catching up with Mount Olympus, and are you guys tired?
Never. Literally never.
Really?
Never be tired.
I think you guys were either in every match or interfered in every match tonight.
It's because this is called professional wrestling. We're professionals, and we're at the top. Just like when you say when we come to the ring, the top of professional wrestling. That's it. You know what the top of professional wrestling does? They don't get tired. Ever.
So let's talk about right out the bat. We'll start with Aaron Atlas.
That's me.
You start out in match number 1. You're not even on the card for that, and Jay Silva comes out and you attack Jay Silva. What are you going to get, Jay?
It's a matter of him just getting a championship opportunity. You know,
Not deserved.
Yeah, of course, never deserved. Anyone who's ever been a championship opportunity has never deserved their opportunity directly, right? When you say we're at the top, when we show that we're at the top, and for some reason, booking whoever's in charge is just not wanting to give it to us out of spite. I don't know what it is, but I just did that to prove a point that we are dominant. That we are, and I'm just going to keep doing that until I get the opportunity I deserve, or we're deserving. It's not just me, it's all of us.
Fair enough. Let's move on. Let's move on to match number 3 tonight.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Somehow match number 2 got away without you guys having your hands on it.
They got lucky.
And so
We were busy.
you guys issue a challenge,
Of course.
Yes.
and the big man
We
comes
wanted a
out,
challenge.
and you sent her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's
No,
not.
but no, nobody sent me.
Yeah.
I went in there on my
Well,
own.
you stepped up
I
first,
wanted to
right?
fight.
And then you said, "I'm going."
Just
and
because he's
then
faster than me doesn't mean I didn't want to fight.
We were just feeling it out, man. Yeah, chillax.
I
Okay,
wanted
I'm
to
just
fight.
asking,
That was
I mean-
my fight.
it's all right. Well, regardless, you guys got it done, right?
Of course.
Because it was.
Let me get one of those. Got one? Keep going.
So let's go. Let's go to Clayton Clark, Johnny Pope.
I effed up.
Those
Wait,
are the time at each other,
Did you
and
say
then-
that I won that match? Did he say that I won
I
that?
said you guys
Yeah.
won that
Okay,
match.
so these people. Yeah.
You guys won.
So Johnny Poke.
Yeah, Johnny Pope, Clayton Clark. So
Johnny Poke is a joke. Yeah.
Do another
Or
one.
I thought they hated each other, and all of a sudden when we hit the ring to prove our point further, all of a sudden they're best friends.
That's because I was scared.
We lit the fire in them. We lit the fire in Johnny Poke and Clayton Clark. Oh, so they're a tag team now. They think they're going to be dominant. Not in our house. Not in a million years. Never ever. Like I said, top never gets tired. Also, they're not at the top, so they can't. No.
So why were you out there in the first place?
Like I said, to prove our point further. Sorry, I'm stuttering because I need some water because I just dominated that entire show.
You seem a
So I
little
need some water.
excited.
Yeah, I'm a little
Should be
excited.
ready.
Yeah, sorry. I'll come. Just for you, okay? So, we wanted to prove our point even further. That we were as dominant as we say we are. And we didn't go in, we didn't prepare for that. You know, that all of a sudden Clayton Clark was going to change his mind. So you know what? They're both cowards. I'll move on. Next one. Go to the next one.
Okay, let's go to the next one. You guys come out, you're going with Johnny Poke and Clayton Clark, and then you turn around to go away from that and you run into Dragon Hearts.
You want to speak on that? Because I'm already angry. You've dealt with them more times than I have. Yes. Shift. First off, let's start with the dragons aren't real. Can we agree on that? Dirt bags, idiots. So let's go ahead and say this. So we got the better of them pretty much every single time we
Every
encountered
single
them.
time.
So they knew, cowards at heart, that the only way to get the better of us was to cheap shot us. Yeah, cheater. What cheaters? To blindside us? And look what the result was. Tell me, what was the result? Who won?
You guys still have the hardware.
Chaka! Who won?
We always have the hardware.
So I mean, all it comes down to, I mean, he pulled out a fake gun, he pulled out a sword. Was Jesse wearing chainmail headgear? He thought he was a real knight. We didn't bring weapons, they brought weapons, but we used those weapons. But still,
Isn't that
they cheated,
crazy?
yet we still won.
You guys did turn the tables, right?
Of course.
Hey
man, how how the turnstable, you know? Next one, go, next!
All right, so let's talk about after the main event.
Yep.
Kyndal Fyre wins the Odyssey Elite title.
Still not deserved. You had a triple threat for a belt that none of them even should have been in the first place. Yet for some, this could have been a triple threat. I mean, we're professionals, we can work it out, you know? We can just give her the belt, you know?
Yeah,
But you know what?
I lay down.
I'll lay down.
And you
But it doesn't
cover-
matter. But basically what we're saying is they had a triple threat for three people that probably didn't even deserve that belt. It's fine. We'll move past that. But when you have two people stand off in that ring or standing in a position they should never have been in the first place, of course we're going to step in. And then what happened? We put them on their behinds, They got out of the ring, and we held those belts up high because we have to prove a point even further than we already did. That we're at the top of our game. We're at the top of EPW, and we held those belts up, and we're going to keep them. We're going to take them home with us. So wrap this thing up so we can get out.
All right, one last question, because on the way back here, I ran into a fan, and he wanted me to ask you one question. Are you guys just angry because you weren't on the flyer? That's what he wanted me to ask you. Legitimate question from a legitimate fan. Are you guys just angry about the flyer?
We don't even look at the flyers.
Hey, all I say is we better be on the next one.
David Self after the bell with Mount Olympus. David Self after the bell, giving you the wrap up here tonight. It was a crazy night for our last night in Elite Pro Wrestling for this year. We saw Khalil Akbar defend his title, still the EPW heavyweight champion. We saw Blake Reed and Tyler Scott team up to defeat VC's Most Wanted. We saw the debut of Big Jr. get spoiled by Logan Vautour and Mount Olympus in an open challenge match, but we hope to see more out of him in the coming year. We saw Johnny Poke and Clayton Clark start out face-to-face, but end up back-to-back fighting off Mount Olympus. And now they've become a new tag team, Whiskey and Warrants, here in Elite Pro Wrestling. Looking forward to seeing more out of them in the coming year as well. We saw Kyndal Fyre return from Broadway to win in a triple threat match, defeating Matt Maverick and John Scrutch to become the new Odyssey of the Elite champion. And through all that, we saw Mount Olympus struggling but trying hard to reassert themselves as dominant here in Elite Pro Wrestling. This is going to wrap it up for the year. There's a lot more to come next year. January 7th, Odon, Indiana. We hope to see you there, but in the meantime, happy holidays from all of us here at Elite Pro Wrestling.